Effective adult learning in an online classroom. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. My personal philosophy of learning is focused specifically on the effectiveness of adult learning through online classrooms. In today's high-tech world, online learning can be accessible in various ways and through various devices. An online learner is no longer required to sit in front of a computer to learn. Phones, tablets, social media, Skype, and various learning management systems have made the online learning environment more accessible to more students. The world of online learning is flexible, provides multiple ways to connect. It's a self-direct learning environment, a safe learning environment, provides transformative learning, critical thinking, and experiential learning. A student who now is a working professional and has a family has the ability to take their classes and do their homework on their own time. Online classrooms also provide the ability for students to connect through multiple ways, such as discussion boards, blogs, social media, group chats, emails, Skype, and through websites. The type of setting also promotes self-direct learning environment for adults, students, in where they can be independent and set their own pace. The non-traditional face-to-face setting allows adult students to feel safe and comfortable expressing ideas, comments, or concerns with classmates that they might otherwise not feel comfortable doing in a traditional face-to-face classroom. Transformative and experiential learning can all take place in an online classroom in a way that promotes effective learning in adult students. This setting is also a great place for critical thinking to be further developed. Theory of andragogy. Malcolm Knowles' theory of andragogy can be applied to adults in an online learning environment. The 6 principles of learning that he identified are that adults are internally motivated and self-directed. Adults bring life experiences and knowledge to learning experiences. Adults are goal-oriented. Adults are relevancy-oriented, practical, and that are learners that like to be respected. Adults need to know the reason for learning something. Adults also need to be responsible for the decision-making on their education. They need to be involved in the planning and evaluations of their instruction. Adults are most interested in learning subjects having immediate relevancy to their work and or their personal lives. Adult learning is problem-centered rather than content-oriented. Adults also like to be respected and they like to feel a connection to their learning experience. Transformative learning online. The core steps of the transformative learning process are disorienting dilemma, critical reflection, discourse, relationships, and action. Perhaps a person is no longer happy with their current job or financial situation. They may feel lost, confused, angry, ashamed, or even have a fear of returning to school and of the use of new technology. After experiencing a disorienting dilemma, a person might examine their feelings of shame and fear, and the person might make the critical assessment that decide that returning to school is the best thing for them. After starting school, a person might realize that others have gone through a similar process or experience. In an online learning environment, students can share and present opinions or share experiences. This type of setting allows for comments to be made without interruptions, and many students might feel more comfortable speaking up or disclosing in this kind of learning environment. Students who have not been students in a long time or who have never experienced online learning are now exploring options for new roles and new relationships. Planning a course of action and using new skills and knowledge to implement plans is something online students can learn to do in order to try their new acquired roles, which then allows them to become more confident and competent as well as comfortable in their new learning environment. Students can then take their newfound confidence, skills, and roles and implement them into their lives. Experiential learning online. Experiential learning is the process of making meaning from direct experiences or from learning from your experience. Experiential learning is inductive, learner-centered, and activity-oriented. The emphasis in experiential learning is on the process of learning and not on the actual product. Experiential learning can be viewed as a cycle consisting of 5 phases, all of which are necessary: experiencing an activity, sharing reactions and observations, analyzing or processing, generalizing, and application. Online students are given a group project, for example, in where they must work together to design an instructional web page for an elementary school teacher training conference. They must work together in a small group through various communication methods and complete it and turn it in on time. They turn in their assignment to the teacher and to the school for a grade, and upon which they receive feedback and then share with each other their reactions or observations on what they learned. They then analyze the process of working together on a group project without actually ever having to physically meet as a group. Using their newfound skills and ideas gained from the experience, they now will make better decisions in future small group online projects. Critical thinking online. Critical thinking skills entails the ability of mental process of discernment, analysis, and evaluation to achieve a logical understanding. Online learners have more responsibility to engage themselves in the learning process than students do in traditional face-to-face courses. Successful students are self-directed, task-oriented, independent, and interested in problem-solving and immediate application. In an online classroom, learners often participate in small online group discussions in which they can reflect and think more critically than students would in a large full-class group discussion. In online learning, discussion board interactions are often commonplace and allow for students to use critical thinking in their responses. The ability to learn and study more independently than in a traditional classroom setting also allows for more critical thinking to take place. Cal State Monterey Bay has 2 online programs which I work directly with. 2 of the programs that Cal State Monterey Bay offers are a Master's in Instructional Science and Technology and a Bachelor's in Computer Science and Information Technology. Both programs offered at Cal State Monterey Bay are 100% online programs. Each of the programs runs on 8-week term sessions, and students only take 1 class at a time, devoting and focusing all of their time on just that 1 class. The Master's in Instructional Science and Technology, or MIST as it is referred, is a program that integrates information technology, instructional design, and education technology. It is a 36-week cohort-based program that students complete within 16 months. The Bachelor's in Computer Science and Information Technology is a degree completion program, meaning that students can come in as transfer students or they can come in as students who are looking to get a second bachelor's degree. This program is 2 years and is also cohort-based, and when students graduate, they are ready to compete in the job market of mobile app developer, software developer, or project manager. Both programs are new to the Cal State Monterey Bay campus. The MIST program, which started last fall, will be accepting its second cohort starting in the fall of 2014. The CSIT degree completion program will be taking on its first cohort in the fall of 2014. As program coordinator and academic advisor for these programs, the interests that I keep seeing from students for these 2 programs are based on the flexibility of the programs, the ability for the students to self-direct their own learning, the safe learning environment, the critical thinking that will come from this, and the multiple ways that students can connect, not only with students, but with the faculty and the staff. For my personal philosophy of learning, I decided to focus on the effectiveness of adult learning in an online classroom setting due to the fact that I felt that a lot of the adult learning theories that were previously mentioned can be very easily applied and implemented by the instructors.